is completed. Anyone wants me to share the screen, or any questions are there? I can answer.
Yep, Shankaran 9 here. I still have questions, if
Yeah,
I may. Yeah. So first question I had was on the encumbrance certificate, right? So on the day of the registration, we did receive an EC, right? Would that not be sufficient, or do we need to go all the way back to 5 years and get a brand new one in our name?
See, that is one day EC is not good actually. It is only for your purpose.
Okay.
You would have received a EC before registration from the seller, right? For some 12 years, 10 years, something like that. They would have given you.
Sure.
You have that
Okay.
EC?
I think so. I'll probably be able to check that. But
Yeah,
I think the banks also had done the same. So we can use that.
You need to have 5-year EC. So if already they have given
Last 5
you
years.
a minimum. So already if you have the EC given by them, say for example for 13 years they are given EC till till you bought it. So then you can go for 1 year EC, which will cost you only 40 rupees or something. So that you have to. So Sonali would have shared with you one link for paying the sub registrar office stamp duty, right? So there is an option of others. So in that others, you have to go and pay the. There is a selection. When the moment you select others, it will select the EC, and you can put the fee as 40 rupees or 50 rupees. If you put, it will give 1 year EC. So already you have a previous EC, plus you have to apply 1 year EC. The transaction EC of no use.
Okay, got it. And is that something that we have to do in person at a sub-registrar office, or is it something that we can do online as well? Like, is there a concept of online EC that we can get?
No, you have to make the payment online and go to sub-registrar office to collect the EC.
Okay, understood. Okay, thank you. And on the property tax document, right?
Just a clarification.
Sorry, just one more question that I have from my end. On the property tax document, Shankaran, let's say, for example, if we are going to do the Khatha transfer this financial year, right, starting April, would it be okay to upload the one that we have from the previous year? Because otherwise, if you have to pay the property tax, it would be in the previous owner's name, right?
Yeah. So the current property tax receipt will be for the financial year ended with 21-22. So that you upload it, old receipt. The new receipt along with the link, they will send it. You have to pay the new property tax along with the Khatha transfer fee.
Got it. Thank you. Yeah. And whenever you are ready for that sale deed, the release deed that you said, you can probably take that in the end once others are all done. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
So I just want to clarify that, you can even apply for EC online and you will get a digitally signed copy of the EC. The same 40 rupees that you talked about, right? So we can do that. Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, okay. That will be nice. I was just trying to avoid going to the office in person. Thanks.
Yeah, you can do that.
Appreciate that. Yeah.
That Kaveri...
if you could probably share some details on the WhatsApp group, that will be helpful. Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. I can do that. Yeah.
Venkatesh can share that.
Yeah.
Okay. So
one more. See, I think meeting got disconnected. You said we have to submit all the hard copy to the BDA office
first floor.
Banshankari.
Banshankari BDA complex, second stage, first floor. So I had presented that, if you remember, 1 second. Let me do that once again. Are you able to see this acknowledgement?
Yeah, I'm able to.
Yeah, so in this acknowledgement, documents attached are mentioned here. The Aadhaar card, that possession certificate is nothing but the old Khatha. Then current sale deed. Mother deed is basically the release deed. Encumbrance certificate, at least 5 years, they are asking. Tax paid receipt. And I mentioned photograph. So print out the photograph is required for at least 2 photos per person. If there are 2 buyers, then 2 each. Hope this answers the question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, Shankaran, I think the question was more towards once you have submitted and you have received this acknowledgement, right? What's the next step actually? I mean, are you supposed to visit the office in person? I mean, what about the payment of fees towards the government? what would that look like? If you could please shed some light on that.
Those things are online actually. So there are two ways of doing. One set of people believe that if you wait for that 45 days, if you have time to wait for that, then you wait for that. So automatically it should happen. I have not tried that actually. Other option is to go there and pay this thing, money, whatever they ask for the Khatha transfer. So that will speed up. Within maybe 3-4 days, they will transfer. So this is the second option. So the purpose of doing this session is most of us have applied online. We have to apply online only. There is no other option. But the processing takes place physically, in the sense they, as I mentioned in the opening of the call, I don't know, some of you missed it. For every site, there is a file maintained by BDA office. So if there are 400 and plus sites, there are 400 plus files of Green Valley layout. So first and foremost is the moment you submit the hard copy, they have to dig out your site file from that 400 plus sites. Okay, that is the first step. So once they dig out that file, then they will start the process basically, and ensure that all these details are correctly mentioned. But if there is any mistake in any one of the thing, they will reject it in the online. And again, you have to do the corrections and resubmit. So better is to double check or triple check before clicking the submit button, and ensure all the information is correctly filled before you submit to the authorities. But your question is whether to do it without bribe or with bribe. That is individual call, because if you are in a position to wait and see, somebody in that meeting when we had in Green Valley, he said he waited for 45 days. I don't remember that gentleman's name, but he mentioned that he waited for 45 days and automatically the Khatha got issued. So
sorry, Shankaran, sorry to cut you there. I mean, let's say I'm willing to wait however long it takes, right, to get it done online, right? But so far in the process, I've still not seen the payment of fees part. How would that actually happen? Would that be when I actually go in person to submit the hard copies?
Yeah. Without that, it doesn't. Nothing moves. I told you, no. Unless you submit the hard copy, they will not take out your file. So your file will be one of the 400 plus files. So they have to search that file.
I got that.
So once
I got that.
Yeah, once the file is, then it internally all that is not online. That is that moves from one table to another table, and finally what happens once they approve it in the file, they will trigger the link and send it to you. Your maybe the mobile and email. So
that's what I was looking for. Okay.
So the payment link will come in that. So you have to access that and make the payment. And once you make the payment normally contains like this: Khatha transfer fees will be there. Then they said there is a apart from that there is a property tax plus maintenance tax. That is what he was telling. So all this put together, one consolidated link will come and you have to make the payment.
And one more solution is you can put you can put the Green Valley address only because now
that is clearly. Yeah, that was the another question I had.
No,
you can mention Green Valley address.
So yeah, because so far, Shankaran, in all of the khatas, right? I mean, at least the copy that I have from the seller, right? It says the riverside, right? And since we are now going to be calling this entire layout as the Green Valley address, I hope we are allowed to change that to the Green Valley address, right? On the form itself.
See, the thing is, the danger of doing that is BDA approval says Riverside Estate. All the BDA documents, including Khatha. So you can say also known as Green Valley. So, but Riverside within bracket, maybe you can put Green Valley.
Okay. And is there a way to get some sort of an estimate as to what the overall amount going to be, including the property tax, the maintenance, and the fees towards this Khatha transfer somewhere online?
Yeah, online we have posted several times in the WhatsApp group. Maybe again after this call, I can post once again the fees. Site dimension wise, I think for 60-40 site, 2,400 square feet, it is 20,000 rupees.
Okay.
Khatha transfer fees.
Got it.
And tax is, and this thing, I think tax will be 5,000 and maintenance is some 2,500. It's going to be around 7,500. If anybody has paid, they can confirm. I think somebody has paid recently.
Right. But this maintenance fees, it should not be applicable to us, right? Because I don't think we have handed over the, the common services to BDA and all that, right? Is that still applicable or?
I have no idea on that.
No, it is applicable. Actually, as per BDA norms, they have taken it. Now, it is on debate, actually. I mean, last year when I paid the tax, I paid with maintenance. This year, they're not taken it.
Right. See, let's say if I were to access the BDA or whatever that property tax or the
one
website,
minute,
right?
1 minute. The previous gentleman just
sure.
now answered. I think Kiran was that.
Sure.
Kiran, last year you paid. That means it seems to be a one-time fee, right? Like when the Khatha is transferred, they are collecting one-time fee of maintenance, and the next year they are not collecting. That's what you are saying, Kiran?
No, last year they collected for all BDA properties. Then there was some question and debates are going on. So this year, whoever has paid last year, they're not taking it. So probably that will is a question, and whatever is there,
when I went to submit the papers, we clearly mentioned the link will contain e-Khatha transfer fee, property tax, and maintenance fee. He told me very clearly.
Yeah, it will be there. Maintenance will be there from the BDA.
So, Kiran, just out of curiosity, right? When we go to this BDA property.org, whatever that website that we have, right, where we actually pay the property tax online, correct? So there is a element of maintenance, part of the property tax amount for the year. Are you talking about that, or this is a separate maintenance tax altogether?
Same.
Okay. Then we are only looking at two components, right? One component towards the e-transfer, right? The Khatha transfer and the overall property tax that we see on the property website, correct? The BDA
any
website,
overdue,
correct?
you have to pay. Yeah, tax payment has to be done.
Yeah. Then I'm good. Yeah. So because then maintenance tax sounds like a completely different component altogether, which is like a third component, which is not the case in here, right? So there are only two numbers which they will consolidate and probably share the payment link for one single amount that you need to pay, correct?
No, what I would suggest is don't give it to any agent. You can yourself go and hand over. So that is better.
Absolutely. Yes. I mean, that was the whole idea, Shankaran. Thank you so much for all the details you've shared. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
I think
just to keep move on to any other questions if people have. The calculation again, I'll probably Mr. Shankaran or I will try pulling out and sharing.
Sure.
Let me
other
see.
thing, Mr. Shankaran, I have a question now.
Okay.
So once the Khatha is transferred, can we see it somewhere?
Khatha, you have to download in the online.
Okay. After transfer, we cannot see it. Right? There's
After,
no mechanic.
After transfer,
it will be a cloud only.
It is you have to download your Khatha. In your name, the Khatha will be there, which you have to download.
It is an open source, Naveen, actually.
Okay, we can just put the Khatha, the property number and see possible
ID number, yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. So it will be great if Kiran or Shankaran, if you got a link, if you want to put it in a group, that will be great.
Yeah, that will be helpful. Correct. And also I think Naveen, correct. And also at what point that particular downloadable option is going to be enabled for our Khatha, right?
After payment.
I'm hoping that after payment. Okay, perfect.
I'll try to share. I'll try to share one more screen. Or you just to confirm whether you are able to see.
Yeah.
So this release deed, what happened? Somebody was asking, what is the release deed? So release deed is a registered document. If you see 5965/2015-16 is there, and this is for every site. This release deed is there. So you have to attach this and upload it, because this will have your property, site number and all. If you go down, it will mention your site number. I'll just go to the place where the site numbers are mentioned. So it's normally mentioned in the schedule. If you see the schedule here, the survey number is there, and here the site number is. If you can see the site number, road number and all is mentioned. So this is the release deed. If you don't have it, you have to contact the buyer to seller to